Hello, everybody, and welcome to the S82 SHL Entry Draft. We're coming to you live with some great members on the casting team. We have Ace co-hosting here with Jert and Ara on the back end doing the work that we don't
Hello,
want to and
everybody, and
can't do.
welcome to the
Yeah, welcome to the SHL Draft powered by SHL Tonight.
Wink. It's not SHL tonight. Wink.
Wink.
But yeah, we're excited to bring in the draft. This is one of the largest classes I believe we've had. We've
Hey.
past like three classes have all been behemoths of just new people coming to the site, and I'm excited for them all to get drafted, find their new teams out, and join us in the community here we have in the SHL.
So excited to welcome this class. It seems like such a great class. I know that prior to me departing for a expansion team GM role, I had the pleasure of chatting with quite a few members of it, and I was super excited about the future potential of this draft class. So welcome to the SHL on behalf of everybody here. Really excited to break down the draft picks and welcome our new members to their respective teams.
So we actually have the GMs being fairly timely, so we can delve right into the picks right away. First on the clock, we do have the Toronto North Stars, who made their way into the first overall selection after a trade with Minnesota that brought them up from 9, giving up additional assets to the first overall pick. Uh, and I believe we are ready to go for it once. Is the thing good? Yep. Nope. What? All right, bear with us.
The pick is in.
But we'll look in the chat for some questions. Who are these ding dongs? We're you hit the nail on the head. We're just some ding dongs. Can't put a voice changer on these. We tried doing the Chewbacca voice changer, but HO declined it. Yes, this is the Nashville Sound and Madison Valkyrie GM's agent HFFO. Uh, am I all right? That's a loaded question. Are any of us all right? We'll never know.
Not since the incident, for sure.
Yeah. But I believe we have the pickup on the clock, so we'll just announce it even if we don't have the card. But it's Thomas Passarelli. The user T Money 69. What are the numbers here? 6996. T Money's a great guy. He's very friendly to talk to. He's an ISFL GM, very active in the league, very affable. Uh, yeah, he's easy to talk to. You're bringing in someone who's going to be a linchpin of your locker room. You're going to have some wonderful people who are going to want to play on your team because T Money is on there. He's a great person to bring in and definitely a worthy first overall. I know that Jay and Sparky know him from the ISFL as well, I believe, and they all get along. And yeah, that's going to be a wonderful pick for Toronto and a great direction to go to, and completely makes sense for them to move up.
T Money was one of my best conversations during the scouting process, and I have to just commend the pick here. Such a great pick and just a slam dunk.
I will say though, I think he uses the name Thomas Passarelli every single time he makes a player in any league. And I just love to see him shake it up one time. Just be Thomas Tassarelli or something, just a little modification.
Okay, sorry for the delay for the card. Here it is. On to the next one.
Yeah, there he is. It's like I said, big bank for a first gen, lots of money, good pick, good selection for Toronto, coming from the Whalers. So a little bit tainted, but what can you do?
Whalers are fine by me. I don't care what Hiff says.
But we have picks 2 and 3 on the clock, both owned by the Texas Renegades. Coop been cooking the past 12 hours. Managed to snag the second overall selection. So Texas will be bringing back-to-back picks. Their first of those will be Toivo Jokinen, the user Toaster. Despite the render being a goalie, he is in fact a forward. Toivo Jokinen, or Toaster, is a really friendly guy. Incredibly active in St. Louis. You've also seen him in some media posts. If you've been checking the SMJHL media, him and Mate Blue have been writing about how the Scarecrows, to build camaraderie and team morale, they would kiss during and in intermissions of the game, just to bring that closeness together. But yeah, Max earning excellent bank account and doing a fantastic job so far. But pick 3 on the clock. That's not pick 3.
I mean, what better to bring together the team
Just check
than
again for pick
just
3.
a little bit of kissing?
Yeah,
So I love
sometimes you
that.
gotta kiss the homies for sure.
So you had mentioned that Toaster's pretty active in the St.
St.
Louis
Louis.
room.
Yep.
Yeah, very active. I can confirm that Toaster's already doing scouting work on behalf of the Scarecrows. So a willingness to jump into the war room and getting involved in the management side of things. I can see why this decision was made by the Texas Renegades to bring them in.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So yeah, pick 3, the second of their back-to-back selections. Texas is going to delve into the Anchorage pool, selecting Patrick Rail, user PrayL07. Again, at this point of the draft, especially in the draft this deep, they're all going to be max earning. He's got a very healthy bank account. I believe that's a Rick Nash render, which I love. Nash was one of my favorite
It
players
is
growing up.
indeed.
And he's also been one of those people that have been very noticeable around the league. I believe he's fairly active in the media. He's very active in the rookie Discord. Someone that people have definitely noticed. There's been a Patrick for 108 campaign, as well as several other rookies. But it kind of just speaks to how highly he's considered by his peers. But yeah, this is like both selections for Texas are fantastic people, and they're bringing in an excellent linchpin of their future culture on this rebuild of theirs.
Just an absolute stud here for the Renegades. Between going Toaster at 2 and Patrick at 3, like this is going to be a franchise defining draft for the Texas Renegades. And I can't say enough great things about both of these picks back to back. So just a stud pick here. Keep your eyes on this user. I think that their future in the SHL is so very incredibly bright.
And that'll bring us up to pick 4, Hamilton. 3 of the top 5 picks belonging to southeastern Ontario teams, but Hamilton on the clock at pick 4. Alex did have a podcast earlier today. Didn't divulge any of his scouting information, so we're a bit in the dark as to where he's looking. But we'll come to you with the pick live once it is available and ready. The Hamilton rebuild happened fairly recently. I think it's a wonderful job by them. It looks very good. Love the slight modification to the colors. But yeah, we'll see what Hamilton is thinking. And they are going in the route of Carolina Kraken, Ryan Dino Nuggets Hopkins. These are RLG 91. Compared to the previous 3 players, the bank count is definitely a lot lighter. But he has just slightly more TP, but he's also a fantastic person. Really easy to talk to, really friendly. I know him from Hockey Nation, where he is just a really easy guy to talk to and get along. He has a great team, and I know that he's going to fit in really well with the Hamilton culture.
I do think that, obviously, by the way, I got to shout out Hamilton for this brand. I love their new branding here. But Alex must have really, really liked that pick there. And honestly, probably player name, top tier of the draft.
So the player name kind of reminds me of J and H's name back in the day when I think we had like 4 Jordan Nugent Halls, Jordan Nugent Hopkins back in the day. So it kind of throws back to like a season like 2025 era when the Oilers were winning the lotteries. So a bit of a nostalgia there for me, bit of deep SHL lore, but yeah, a fantastic name and excited to see his future in Hamilton. Toronto on the clock at pick 5. They'll be going into the San Diego title realm where they're taking Gappy Hillmore, the user Dude Man. Dude Man is, I believe, is he an SHLHO or the intern role? I believe he's in
He
the
was an
intern role.
intern, yeah.
But yeah, again, he's got a fantastic bank, 378 TPE. He's a very friendly guy, super easy to talk to. Was a bit surprised he dropped to 39 in the J draft. Uh, I guess first gens are definitely priority in the SMJHL being a big factor. But seriously, he's such a great user and an easy person to talk to. This can be a can't none of these picks in the top 5 have in any way missed at all. But it is a fantastic pick for Toronto for sure.
Yeah, he's a big user over there in the ISFL world as well, which is kind of interesting. And I know that I've talked to him, and it was kind of like an Uno reverse card when he had done some scouting conversations for me over there, and then I reached out to him, and it was a fun conversation on that front. But another one of these top tier prospects that I talked to, and I'm really glad to see him land with Toronto. And between T Money and Dude Man, like this is already one heck of a first round for Toronto, and they're not done yet. They have one more pick in the first round here in this draft.
Yeah, but this will bring us to another team that has back-to-back selections. As you can tell, certain teams have just loaded up in the absolute peaks of this draft. Montreal, despite being an incredibly strong contender this season, has 3 first-round picks and 2 in the top 10 at 6 and 7. So we're going to see what direction the Patriots are looking. And is that a fucking turtle? Yeah, I believe that is Pass to the Turtle the second, Visceral Potamus, coming from the Thunder Bay Walleye. I always say Tampa Bay when I'm thinking about them. I don't know why, but yeah,
Yeah, believe it or not, it's not just Tampa that has a bay there, If.
yeah, unbelievable. But yeah, Pass is a fantastic person to talk to. He's incredibly funny. He makes fantastic graphics to meme on people when he gets the copy passes going. The bank's huge. The TP is max earning. He had some life events happen with his last player who still hit around 1500 TP. But if you are getting the pasta throughout the entire career that he can be, you're getting an absolute steal of a pick, even at 6 with this player. Huge fan of him, the person he is, and I'm excited to see him in Montreal.
Yeah, you guys are getting some wonderful reptilian carbo loading there in Montreal. So, healthy bank account, great user. That's a solid pick.
And at pick 7, Montreal is delving into the Nevada well. The Nevada Battleborns, the Montreal Patriots selecting from the Nevada Battleborn, Harlan Sanders, the user Colonel Saunders. 362 TP, 24.9 million, so 25. We'll round it up. This is a great pick. He's very active. He's in the rookie, the YouTube here today, having some chats and shouting out. So excited to see him here. Congrats on going to Montreal in the draft. It looks like another. I don't think there's any, even at the bottom of the first round. I don't think there's any team that's going to miss. This draft is incredibly deep, and I think it's a fantastic selection for the Patriots.
Yeah, he's got a proprietary blend of herbs and spices that makes his performance on the ice effective. So it'll be interesting to see how that translates to the SHL style of play.
Does that proprietary blend of herbs and spices show up in a drug test?
I can neither confirm nor deny if.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, but this will bring us up to the Baltimore Platoon's first selection of the clock. Wally's going to be looking at the Citadels with this pick, and it's going to be Johan Lodowick. The user Anywhere sounds nice. And anywhere Baltimore is a place, so I guess that sounds pretty nice to you. But yeah, max earning TPE, the bank is solid at 10 million. Defense is always a premium position. I will say this every single time I host the draft. Everyone wants defensemen because they're harder to find. But yeah, this is a great pick. Uh, Maybe not the most vocal user of late, but definitely active, definitely in the locker room and everywhere. And it's a very solid pick for the platoon.
Yeah, I mean, of all the places, even though he says anywhere sounds nice, I don't know if I would choose Baltimore. But hey, the team is a great team. A lot of history here. Really, I'm confident that this is going to be a good selection for the platoon. So, yeah, love it. Pick.
Dude, I'm right here. I'm on
I don't
Baltimore.
know.
Come on.
Sorry, who are you? Pick 9, though, will have Minnesota's first on the clock. This is what they received for trading down from one away, as well as some additional assets, an additional first next season and a second, I believe. But at 9 overall, Minnesota is also going. Oh, sorry. We'll give it a little moment to sink in there. There we go. We're also going into the Quebec City Citadel's pool and taking Greg Evil. The evil is back. Sometimes when you're a monarch, you have to be a little evil. You got to be a little tyrannical, a little off the ledge, a little wild. And what better to do that with someone whose name is literally evil? But everything I've heard from this user is that they are insanely active, motivated to get into management. They've been doing a lot of work in Quebec City, been very active, and this is going to be a very excellent pick for the Monarchs at this juncture of the draft. I don't want to say a steal because it's not like the people ahead of them were worse in any way, but it's an excellent value selection at pick 9 in any draft to be able to get a player of this caliber.
Just a tiny bit of business here by Minnesota. Really like this pick. That's my analysis. That's it.
Excellent. This will bring us to pick 10. Texas with their third first round of the draft on the clock. And with that pick 10, they will be going Oscar Svengar, the user BlueDog25123. Again, defender, so value. I believe this is a waiver claim, so the TP might look a little lower from the other people, but they've been max earnings since they've been selected. The bank's, work in progress as well. I believe that's filled up from the rookie tasks, but an excellent pick. Coming from Nevada, I love the render. Just being a hockey playing tiger. I guess that's the evolution from the MVP movies with the monkey. We'll have tigers and maybe lions playing. But yeah, it should be a great pick for Texas, who's having a great draft so far for sure.
Yeah, you really got to think that like maybe the stripes on the tiger makes them, I don't know, fade into coverage a little bit. I don't know. It's pretty bold here, but yeah, it'll be insightful to see how this career works out for Texas. And that's their third first. Like just a solid bit of business there by Cooper and the Texas Renegades here in the first so far. And they're not done yet. They do have a fourth first here at the end of the round. So stay tuned.
We have 4 teams with 3 firsts. That'd be Toronto, Texas, Montreal, and Hamilton. All have 3 firsts in this draft. I believe Minnesota also has 2. So we're going to be seeing a lot of the same teams in the first round, and watching them load up in a very deep draft for sure. That said, at pick 11, the Hamilton Steelhawks are on the clock, and they'll be looking at Hood Rat Royalty, the player Robbie Gardner.
Best hair in the league.
Do you know who this render is?
What is his name? Oh my god, I do know it. I don't remember the name, but I know exactly who it is.
It's the guy Bojo used to use, right? What's his name?
Yeah. He was on Carolina forever.
Carolina Hurricanes.
It's Mike Commodore, right?
Yeah, Mike Commodore.
There we go. Mike Commodore. Yeah, I love the Mike Commodore render. The hair is fantastic. But yeah, defense prime position. The bank is staying steady around that 8 to 10 million range of the people taking this area so far. TP is excellent, and they're getting in that premium kind of defender position at this point of the draft. Very solid pick for Hamilton.
Commodore hated Babcock before it was cool.
True. That's a true story. So did Chelios.
You guys got games on your phone?
But next up, we have the Philadelphia Forge who are selecting, and they'll be taking Yoshinobu Ishii. The user is Sobrian6817. I apologize for butchering that. But yeah, so the bank is, we're delving a little lower, like it's continuously going down ever so gradually. The 5 mil range here, the TP's 354, so a little bit under, but they've definitely been active in the rookie Discord. Seems to be friendly, fitting into the community well. Might just need a bit of that push to get on the earning and the media, but a fantastic first round pick for Philly, who
Yeah.
generally hits on people they select.
Yeah, savvy bit of business by a savvy front office, right? And you look at the progression, right? Ishii went 30th overall by the Grizzlies, and they moved all the way up to go 12th overall in this draft. So they're trending in the right direction, and they're rewarded with an elevated draft position at the SHL draft.
Next up, we have the Seattle Argonauts on the clock, and they will be selecting Krish Gaines, the user Lil Gaines Z, Little Gaines with a Z, of course, 901. If the I feel like the Z is a giveaway that this is a Zoomer, so I'm just going to call him out as a Zoomer, even if I'm wrong. But I believe they were a waiver wire pickup, which is why the TP is a bit low. The money staying around again, we're in that consistent like 5 to 10 mil range of people who might not have done a boatload of media, but definitely did the rookie task, which is always great to see. And I think it's going to be a great pick for Seattle, who has been building an excellent core. Adding another young player to that group is going to be excellent for them. You also just outed the next pick. You didn't move it back.
Well, I can tell you straight off the bat that they're going to be hoping that the gains are a little higher than little there in Seattle. So, yeah. Well, you already
Yep.
know the next pick.
We're hoping to see some TP gains that are more than a little for sure. But next on the clock, we do have the Minnesota Monarchs, and as seen, they're going Swiffer Sweeper. These are Matt Blue. If you're talking about Toaster, who was involved in the Kissing in St. Louis, this was his Kissing co-host with the Mr. Clean render, which I love to see.
It
Shout out
does
bald
look
people.
just like Hif.
Yeah. But yeah, this is his Kissing co-host, Matt Blue. The TP is a bit low. The bank's a little light, but I believe they've been working on media in conjunction with Toaster, so they should be looking to get that up. But just a wonderful presence in the locker room. Very friendly guy to talk to. Definitely a vibes pick that you're hoping you can turn into a great TP earner.
Great at cleaning the floors.
Excellent cleaning the floors, for sure. And if anyone on the team needs a smooch, he's your guy.
Godspeed in this one, Hif.
Yeah, Seattle next up on the clock. They're taking the user Project Saint, the player name Chinweke Hi Valentine Okoli.
Well done.
Project Saint, if I mispronounced it, that's actually on you. You know what you were doing with this. But I believe they were recently named the head of Great Britain, their Fed head. Used to do the job before, came back, and the job opened up like right as they rejoined. So it felt a little bit kismet for them to resume their old position. Again, the TP is a little light at 325 at this point of the draft, but at this, like, we're so early on in the career that these are definitely not career-defining numbers. Anyone's able to come back from that, but excited to see how they're going to do in Seattle moving forward.
A long-term recreate that has come by and been rewarded with a first-round selection. You got to love that. Welcome back, Project Saint, and congratulations.
Next up on the clock was our slam dunk obvious pick of the draft. We have the Atlanta Inferno selecting Bink Gangus, Clunk Explosion. I think this is a mix of Mikul's old player and Golden Glutz's old player, following that Mikul theme of just trying to make it unpronounceable and upset me. But yeah, defenseman prime position. Wanted to go in Inferno, loves the culture they're building. Longtime Inferno player. Bank account is massive. TP's a little light, but you're getting an excellent defenseman for the long term in this selection and someone that they absolutely love in that locker room.
I mean, I'll go back all the way to the time when I was GMing New England, and Golden Glutes is one of the guys that I thoroughly enjoyed having in the not just the locker room, but the war room as well.
Hold up. So for the Project Saint pick, we missed a trade. Apologies. Give me 1 second. That was
Can you like not interrupt me next time?
nah, too bad. It wasn't. I guess it was prior. We must have missed it in the process trades, but we apologize. We're mostly going off the list and what we saw in the trade section because we did not have this set up prior. Because Jarrett was brought in at the last minute to do it up, so my apologies. But yeah, so that was not Seattle he went to. I'm not sure which team he went to, but if you want to let me know, you can.
That would be Baltimore, actually.
Baltimore. Okay, perfect. So the platoon ended up getting Project Saint, Chinweke H.I. Valentine Akoli is a platoon, to clarify. But my apologies for cutting you off.
You're fine. I'm just joking around. Yeah, congratulations, Platoon, and congratulations, Project Saint.
Well, let's do the card properly then.
Yeah, why don't we send it over to the appropriate draft pick there, and then we'll make that correction.
So that's what happened. And now I'm gonna give you the next pick.
Yeah, like we've been rolling relative to some previous drafts in terms of pick speed, which has been nice to see, especially given how massive this class is. So we might not be here all night, which is a positive thing.
Yeah, everybody's been very respectful of everyone else's time. So, yeah, cheers to everyone involved, the events team and the GMs and the head office. So, well done.
But the Toronto North Stars are next on the clock, and holy guacamole, they're taking the user DeWalt27. TP is a little light at this juncture, but he is coming in. He is actually my co-audit head, so I've had the pleasure of speaking with DeWalt lately. He is a motivated person, interested in doing the job. His render is the Jamie Tart from Ted Lasso, which is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, Ted Lasso is an excellent show. I'm not a big soccer fan myself, but I've thoroughly enjoyed watching it. It's about comedy and the relationships between the people more so than soccer itself. But yeah, fantastic pick. DeWalt's a great guy. He's going to fit into that Toronto culture excellent, and they're getting a great value selection.
And with that render, I'm pretty sure the pronunciation would be Ole Guacamole, and not Holy Guacamole, like you said.
Nope.
It's definitely holy guacamole still.
Yeah, sorry, this is an American league, and we pronounce things like Americans. But at pick 18, it's going to bring Montreal on the clock with their third first-round selection. Again, the fact that they have 3 first-rounders is kind of absurd, given how strong their team was this season. But we're
Savvy
going to
work
see
by the front office for sure.
very savvy work by Camp and Killer and Ben Patchy. I forget his Discord name. Roddy, right? Yeah. But yeah, sorry, are we changing the background color or are we good to go? Okay. So the Montreal Patriots are selecting Kelly McMahon, the user MN underscore Moosey. Moosey's a longtime user, 366 TP, banks excellent. They make cartoon SIGs, which are excellent and always fun to see. If you haven't had the chance to check them out, I highly recommend them. They're all always a great time. I had the pleasure of GMing Moosey's last player for their entire career in Edmonton, where we ended up winning a cup, and they were, just a fantastic third line center for the entire time they were with us. But yeah, it's going to be a great pick for Montreal to get that kind of user, a great person in their locker room at this point of the draft.
And honestly, probably the better artist, the best artist of this draft. I mean, check out the graphics area. You can sign up for their SIG Emporium. They make awesome cartoon graphics for your player. So drop in there.
Yep, but I picked 19. We have Hamilton's third first round selection. As the rebuild continues in Hamilton, and they delve into the Ottawa Highlanders pool, taking Didney Frosby, the user Sophie M964. The TP is incredibly light compared to basically every previous pick. The money's still excellent, but this is a pick purely for, maybe not purely, because you can definitely get a great player developed out of them, but the vibes are immaculate. I believe Sophie's boyfriend is also on Hamilton, if I recall. So it makes sense they're also bringing her in. I forget his name because I don't know. He's one of the people who say Vro, and I just mash them all together as the same person. But the pick makes a lot of sense. The vibes are going to be excellent, going to fit that culture fantastically, and a very solid pick for Hamilton at pick 19.
I mean, it helps when you have an inside knowledge, right, on how the user's earning could be. And I mean, who better than somebody that you're living with than to know exactly what kind of value you could have in a user? So, well done.
And our last pick of the first round, we're going to have Texas back on the clock, and they'll be taking Boone Breakaway. The user CTOTS. TP's solid bank count at 40 million is fantastic. A bit of a drop from the SMJHL draft where he went 15th down to 20th. But it's going to be it should be a very solid pick. Is that Boone Jenner? I really hope it is Boone Jenner. It would make a lot of sense with the Boone name. But yeah, I'm interested to see if the breakaway is more of like they're building speed to get pure breakaways. But Texas bringing in another great user and adding a lot of interesting selections into their rebuild as they've compiled a great assortment of talent so far.
Yeah, now I'm hungry. I want some like loaded tots from the local restaurant here in town. So yeah, let's hope that Tots leaves the fans in Texas hungry for more, whether it's sour cream, bacon bits, cheese on top. That is going to be the fourth first round pick for the Texas Renegades in this draft, and one heck of a way to wrap up the first round.
Give me 1 second, I'm dying.
Rest in peace, Hiff.
Apologies. I 30 years old and still don't know how to drink, so not even alcohol, just can't drink regular things. But
More for
yeah, are
me.
we taking a break before we start round two, or we're good to go? I think yeah, we got a bit of a snafu in the head office. We can take a bit of a break before round two while we wait for GMs to catch up. But again, so much loaded talent in this first round. It really speaks to the depth available, and excited to see what is coming up in round two as we continue with the draft. So we have returned to the long-awaited second round of the SHL Entry Draft. We've come back to speak to you about all the picks that are coming on to SHL teams again.
Yeah, right after we were just saying such nice things about that office and the front or the GM's moving so quickly.
This is why you never compliment your fellow GMs, because then they spite you by looking bad intentionally to make you look bad for saying nice things. But things happen. Life comes for us all.
That's right.
And you can't blame them really too much here. But we can have Hamilton back on the clock. They have 3 second-round selections in the first 4 of the round, so get ready to see a lot of Steelhawks coming in. At pick 21, we have Matt Smith, user of the Hoovian, heading over to the Hamilton Steelhawks. I believe this is their second player. I believe their last player was also Matt Smith, but I think they went 1T instead of 2 on the last player. Big Doctor Who fan, if you can't tell by the username. I believe it is also the husband of the the wife of the first overall pick this draft, Thomas Pastorelli. So a bit of a connection. First picks in each round, going to different blue teams, but in the same geographic area. But should be an excellent pick, a great person to have in the locker room, and a wonderful selection by Hamilton.
Yeah, I was savvy little pick here. Yeah, I think that the potential's here for a really high ceiling.
At pick 22, we have New England's first pick of the draft. And they are taking Benevolent Kaiju, the user Wolfzilla. And honestly, what a fantastic render. I think this is like, you got something terrifying and badass, like a kaiju, like a, what is that? What's the Godzilla? It's like a Godzilla kind of thing. But it's benevolent. It's like a little friendly guy. I think it's just a wonderful discrepancy. Not discrepancy. What's the word I'm looking for? Contrast? I don't know. But I think it's I love the whole vibe of it. They're a great person. I've seen them in Ottawa, and they're wonderful to talk to. The TP is excellent. The bank's great. They're playing defense. This is another fantastic pick by New England, who generally drafts very well.
Yeah, it is definitely a Godzilla, and it'll be interesting to see how Godzilla fits on an ice surface.
At pick 23, we're gonna, like I said previously, we're gonna have back-to-back Hamilton Steelhawks selections. So just waiting there. But the Steelhawks are loading up on this class. Just an immense amount of selections. I think they have 6 in the first 2 rounds, 3 first and 3 seconds. Early selections as well, which is fantastic to see for a team in a rebuild. But we have Timu Yarvinen coming from the St. Louis Scarecrows. These are Omniscus. Omniscus? Omniscius. I fucked it up.
Omniscius?
Yeah,
No, there'd be an O.
I'd
I
say
don't know.
omniscious.
There'd be an O. There's no O.
Omniscius?
Omniscious?
No. I deny that. But anyway, Omni is a long-time user. He's made a bunch of fantastic J goalies. I believe he still or previously held basically every record in the SMJHL for like wins, games played, save percentage, playoff wins. He had a very dominant goalie in the Newfoundland Berserkers back in the mid S60s. But a great guy, a wonderful person to have in the locker room, and a great pick by Hamilton here for sure. And with their third selection of the second round at pick 24, Hamilton is taking Wilhelm Sider, the user Lord Birdman. Birdman is a longtime member of the SHL, a great guy to have in your locker room, a bit of a veteran, an ARPG nerd like myself, so always love to bring those kind of people in. Birdman is beloved in Colorado, as well as other circles of the league. He's a great guy. Maybe not as active as he once was, and his former MVP level player, Sven Svensson, but still a great person to bring in and develop and bring along with your core. Next up, we'll have Minnesota picking at pick 25.
I kind of spoiled it again.
Yeah, at pick 25, the Minnesota Monarchs are selecting Kristaps Skalbergs. These are Ashes. I believe they recently just changed from goaltender. They played their first season in the SMJHL as a goaltender, but swapped over to defense before the draft. A prime position with a solid bank account at just under 10 million, 364 TPs, very solid. Ashes is another active member of the locker room. Easy to talk to, a great member of the community, and it's going to be a wonderful pick for the Monarchs as they're developing a large contingent of young talent as they look forward to moving to contending. And next up, we'll have pick 26.
Is that
The Winnipeg Aurora on the clock?
first non-ace pick in basically forever?
The first pick of the interim, currently, Sync era. But yes, the Aurora will be on the clock with Ace not at the helm for the first time. And they will be looking to select Erki Kyla. I butchered that again. My apologies. But the user is Zenny. Excellent back account for this juncture of the draft. 10 million. Very similar to Ashes we just had up. 354 TP. This user has been an excited member of the community. Very interested in seeing the goings on about the SHL. Friendly in the rookie Discord. Really easygoing person and brings a lot of energy to the community. And it's going to be a wonderful pick for Minnesota and a great pick to mark a new aceless era of the Winnipeg Aurora for sure. And at pick 27, New England's going to have their second round selection, their second pick of this draft. So Luke is looking to take Silver Tarandis. The user Silver Blitzenegg. I'm sure this is a reference to something, so I'm going to Google it because I'd like to mention whatever your thing is. So if you actually Google Silver Tarandis, the first one that comes up is their SHL player page. So it might not be a reference. And apparently it's a silver coin as well, is all the Google information I'm getting. But I do love the owl render. I think that's fantastic. The TP is solid, but the back count's getting a little light, so definitely something to work on. But for a waiver claim, that TP gain has been fantastic. Max earning since being selected on waivers. Fantastic pick by New England, taking the TP growth over the aggregate numbers, kind of finding those value selections. So big ups to Luke there, and a wonderful pick. Should fit into that New England culture and be part of a contender moving forward. It is a snowy owl. I don't know if it is Hedwig, but it's definitely not the name of the owl from Harry Potter. No. Next up, we have at pick 28. This is where some shenanigans happened, but in the end, it ended up being Sekou Oliver Niemi. The user Larry the MVP heading to the Seattle Argonauts. Larry is a fantastic user. The TP gain is, perhaps a little light than you'd expect for a player at this juncture. But I believe that might be because he hasn't done his coaching yet. The back count is excellent, and Seattle's getting a real gem of a player at this point of the draft if they can, get that growth going and the earning again. But I think this is a honestly kind of a steal for Seattle. Larry's a great member, and I think he's going to be a great fit.
I disagree. I think he sucks and he should shut the fuck up.
Okay, Larry sucks and should shut the fuck up. Is the official SHL take now.
But
shout out Larry.
Also, I love him, but not that much. All right, never mind.
You are loved, but also not at the same time. Tarandis is the scientific name for reindeer. I don't know how it fits into owls then, but the more you know. Thank you for that, P-Boom. Pick 29, we have the Calgary Dragons on the clock. And speak of the devil, the Calgary Dragons are going to select P-Boom G. P-Boom Gaming is in the YouTube. I'm going to butcher this, and you did this intentionally, so I don't apologize. Seth asked Derry Rico Goslav Chanali Miokatakov. Horrible. Your fault. But yeah, besides the obnoxious, atrocious name, P-Boom has been a great pick since being selected. The TP and money are both fantastic. I think it's again a bit of a steal for Calgary at this point. They're getting a wonderful selection here, and that's a great pick. I don't know what this render is either. They could probably tell me in the chat. Yeah, of course it's not even close. You did that intentionally. That's on you. But yeah, wonderful pick for Calgary. Maybe a name change in the future so I can hate them a little less, though. Pick 30, we have the Tampa Bay Barracuda with their first pick of the draft, as they will be looking to make a selection. Sorry, no, it is a trade. Yep. This must have been prior. It's actually Buffalo on the clock. So we'll just work on that premise that Buffalo is picking at pick 30. There it is. Okay, so we had pick 30 heading to. Oh, that went way too fast. Pick 30 heading to Buffalo in exchange for pick 37 and S83 Buffalo's third heading to Tampa. So 30 for 37 and an S83 third. Buffalo on the clock, and they will be looking to select. Yeah, we can take our time here. Perfect. So Buffalo is selecting Wall Russ, the user Arctic. Arctic has been around, made a couple J players. I don't believe has tangibly made the SHL level yet. The light bank account is a little concerning, as well as the TP is a little low. But outside of that, they're excellent in the locker room. It might be exactly what you want out of a future backup goalie, which is what Buffalo might be looking for in this selection here, and would be a great fit if that's the plan at this juncture. Arctic's a great person, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do in Buffalo moving forward. Next up, we have, it is actually Texas on the clock, right? Yeah, it is Texas on the clock. Perfect. Okay, they're just worrying me at this point. But yeah, Texas will be selecting at pick 31, and they will be taking Travis Coates, the user Rain Delay. Another goaltender being selected. The bank account is large and in charge with 24.7 million, 354 TP. Rain Delay has been around the SHL for a while. Their last defenseman kind of capped around that 1300 TP mark, but was still a very serviceable player for Baltimore. And yeah, looking to they were claimed on waivers, so a bit of a late create. So the TP growth has been great, but looking to fit into that Texas community and be an excellent goaltender moving forward to replace Antique in the future, perhaps. Philadelphia is on the clock, and they will be taking Patrick Dziadek. That's probably mispronounced because it's Polish, but he is Polish. Yeah, he's a user from Poland. So excited to see that coming from the Yukon Malamutes. I've had the chance to see him in Yukon this season. He's been an excellent member of the locker room. But again, that bank account, the TP is a little light. Definitely in need of some work on that front. But I think Philly's a good team that can help them, manage that moving forward and get those numbers up. But a great pick for Philadelphia for sure. Next up, we have the Toronto North Stars selecting, and to nobody's great surprise, with their first second-round pick, as obligated, they take Bartholomew Bidacalio Lorquavius. These are the Sparky D. With 213 million in the bank and 357 TP, Sparky should be an excellent pick for Toronto as he is their co-GM moving forward, and they are moving forward with an excellent rebuild off the young talent they've selected in this class. Welcome back, Sparky, and good luck in Toronto.
Toronto is on the clock with the next one as well.
Perfect. So the Toronto North Stars, with their back-to-back selection, they'll be looking to take another player in the second round. We'll eagerly await to see who this gets to be. As they will be taking from the Great Falls Grizzlies, Bo Boudreau, user iRockstar. The back count is large, 43.7 million. It's definitely nothing to scoff at. A waiver claim whose TP growth has been excellent at defense. This has all the makings of a fantastic pick for Toronto at this point of the draft. I can't wait to see how they develop. This will bring us to pick 35 with San Fran on the clock. And the San Francisco Pride are selecting Leon L. Messint.
Messant?
I guess Messi. I don't. That's my. He's comboing something here. I'm not going for it. But the user Ponsier, active in the Quebec City locker room with the Leo Messi render. I think it's what is the Dune character? I think it's, I don't know why, but I think it's trying to combo with that somehow.
I'm
but
not sure.
regardless,
I've not seen Dude.
me either. But the back count's a little light. The TP's a little low, but it's a waiver claim. It's definitely fixable. But it's been an active member of QCC and a great user to bring into that locker room. And we'll see how their career develops in San Francisco moving forward.
The fuck?
So I am being tagged in the rookie Discord, and I would just like to say solemnly that I apologize for absolutely nothing, and that the audacity to say the Patriots logo and branding is better than the Montreal Canadiens is just offensive and wrong. But there you have it, Pasta. Several of the rookies, I think they're just messing with me. But yeah, there were some rookies in the S82 Discord who were having a fun time with that one. For pick 36, we have the Atlanta Inferno on the clock. See Mukul in the chat, knowing Atlanta's up, saying go Atlanta. They will be selecting Orr 2.0, the user Hepis. And if he can be anything like Orr, Bobby Orr that is, he'll be a fantastic player. Gotta love the McLoving render though. That's a fantastic render. The bank account at negative 1.1 million is a little concerning, but again, money at this point is totally fixable. Not a huge deal or an indictment of a SHL career at this juncture. The TP is excellent at 354, and I'm excited to see how they do on the Inferno moving forward. This will bring us to pick 37 with the Tampa Bay Barracuda on the clock. And as obligated by SHL co-GM rules, with their first second-round pick, the Tampa Bay Barracuda are taking Benoit Jean-Luc Boucher, the user Emil LeBron. Emil LeBron's got a very solid bank. 351 TP is fantastic. He's a great person to have in your locker room. He's a real good guy. Big Columbus Blue Jackets fan. So I know there's a lot of Columbus Blue Jackets fan here in this particular class. So if you're looking for any other Blue Jackets fans, Emil LeBron is someone you can definitely hit up and chat with about that. But yeah, Tampa Bay bringing their co-GM as expected, and a great pick and a great person. And then we'll go to pick 38 with the SFP, San Francisco Pride, on the clock again. Their second round pick, both towards the end of the round. And they will be selecting. Oh, we'll get you got the colors going, or does that transit? Perfect. All right, they'll be taking Troy Martone, the user Fuzz SHL. Hasn't really looked like he's currently been training. I know Fuzz has, taken a bit of a step back from the SHL. He had been doing an absurd amount prior, especially in terms of everything he did in revamping the awards committee in LA. So if you can get Fuzz active and going with that bank account, the TP at this point doesn't matter, and he'll be an absolute steal of a pick. But it really depends on how active he wants to be and involved with this current player. But a fantastic pick by San Francisco as they bring Fuzz in the second round to the Pride. Perfect. At pick 39, the Toronto North Stars are selecting Johnny Hockey. These are Johnny Hockey 17, a goaltender. The TP is 362, which is, again, in that max earning range. Bit of a drop from when they were taken, around right where they were taken in the SMJHL draft. I haven't seen too much of this user, but they seem to be on-site active and earning, and that's a wonderful pick at this point of the draft. DK getting a wonderful goalie of the future in the second round here. Oh, sorry, there was a trade at pick 39. My apologies, forgot to mention that. But yes, there will be another break after round 2. But the trade for pick 39, we have Tampa Bay sends pick 39 to Toronto for LAP's S83 second and Toronto's S83 fourth. So there was a trade between Toronto and Tampa Bay to get them this pick, and that was Toronto actually getting the goaltender at pick 39. So you are a North Star. My apologies.
And here is your updated draft card.
Excellent. But with our last pick of the second round at pick 40, we have the New Orleans Spectres on the clock. I believe this is their first pick of the draft, and they will be looking to select Timothy. Gotta wait for the card. My apologies. Jumping the gun a little bit when we don't need to.
There you go.
Perfect. So it'll be Timothy Welch, the user Stevie Y, heading to New Orleans. TP and Bank are both very solid for a 40th overall pick. Looking like a bit of a steal at this point of the draft, heading to New Orleans with a great future ahead. The left winger from the Quebec City Citadels heading to New Orleans, and hopefully a better plan than the Yzer plan as was going in the NHL recently. But as we reach the end of the second round, we'll take another break for GMs to be able to make some picks and get ahead as we've caught up to them quite swiftly. So just bear with us on another break as you can yell at your local SHL GM to speed up and do a little better. As a heads up, yeah, we're going to be a bit more brief as we head into this round. We're not going to be doing the draft player cards. We're going to be a bit more brief, and just be sure to yell at your local SHL GM. I won't name any names, but they deserve some yelling at the moment as this is taking forever. And yeah, but I digress. We'll begin with round 3. Minnesota Monarchs are on the clock. They took Dr. Wad, the user Casp Wad, heading to the Minnesota Monarchs. More young talent for Minnesota added is always a great thing to see. A great selection by the Monarchs. 42, we had the New England Wolfpack selecting. They took Hunter Cross, the user Names Monday. Pick 43 was a forfeit. That was a forfeit by the Edmonton Blizzard for, I believe it was a lines issue. Sorry, not posting the lines thread is what that was for. So that will be a forfeit at 43 for Edmonton, leading to back-to-back New England picks at pick 44. At 44, the New England Wolfpack take Eric Sosa, the user It's Smalls. Apologies.
I was muted,
there.
but I said that was a trade. So at 44, you have New England, and the trade was, I think we have it up here, the 44th overall from Hamilton in exchange for Texas, third rounder in season 85. So that's in a little while, future pick in exchange for that New England pick. Well, newly owned New England pick. That was Hamilton's.
Yeah. I will also say that if you're looking to get your draft card, you can reach out to Jert, and he should be able to, on Discord, he should be able to get your draft card if it's not shown on the stream and you would like to see it. This is just taking a bit of an absurd amount of time, so we are streamlining the process. But you will definitely be able to get your draft card if it's something you want to see. Just reach out to Jert after the stream.
Sure.
Pick 45, the Toronto North Stars select Cohen Boakbinder, the user Delirium, a longtime user heading to the Toronto North Stars on a goaltender. Should be a great pick for the North Stars as they're building their team. Was it a trade for Calgary to have back-to-back, or they just had back-to-back?
What?
Calgary having back-to-back. Was there a trade there, or they just had it?
I guess there was a trade because we have it as Minnesota in the board. So yeah, looks like it's Calgary.
All right. Well,
Nothing
Calgary's
makes
having
sense
back-to-back
anymore,
picks.
We're gonna
46
trust
and
an HO.
47. They will select Armani Dove, the user Galade081, and Chappelle Roan, the user Jackie Nape, both heading to the Calgary Dragons at this point of the draft. At pick 48, the Baltimore Platoon are selecting Maximus Decimus Meridius, the user Bubba Tree, heading to the Platoon. Pick 49, we did have a player who was retired selected, as Calgary might have made a bit of a fumble in their draft plans, taking Pierre LeBlanc, the user Kilo Peter. Pick 50, the Chicago Syndicate took Kimar Timonen, the user Kimar. Excellent pick by Chicago at this point, even if he is a Flyers fan. The Texas Renegades at pick 51 took Mikkel Jordan, the user Plum Dog Millionaire. They also had a back-to-back at pick 52, taking Jadon Fisk, the user Fisky. At pick 53, the Winnipeg Aurora select from the Yukon Malamutes, Cowboy Casanova, the user Cowbutch. Pick 54 was a pass by the San Francisco Pride, leading to Seattle Argonauts at pick 55, taking Victor Bjork Pejlenka, the user BXM. Pick 56, the Baltimore Platoon take longtime user Toivo, the player Tito Low Earner. I get it. As he plans to have a bit of a low earner on this player, hence the fall in the draft slot. Pick 57, the New Orleans Spectres select Paul Mistanet, the user Isolate09. We've now caught up to the SHL GMs as we eagerly wait for them to make some selections.
Seattle's pick is not showing up in the board, and that is weird. But we did say it was Victor Bjork Pelika.
Oh yeah, it was the name for Seattle was Victor Victor Bjork Bjork dash Pej Pejlinka Pejlinka, sorry, no N.
For some reason, we don't see it on the. Let me just move things around real quick. That is very interesting. And what pick did we say we're on? 58. Okay, so that's caught up.
We just did NOLA, yep. So we're at 59 at Tampa, or 58, sorry, which is NOLA maybe.
It is showing here. Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
okay, they had back-to-back, and they made the selection. It's Jean-Luc Gagnon, user Randomino.
Good user there.
Yeah, good person. Generally falls off after the J, so probably why he's falling in the draft, but very solid earner in the J for those periods usually.
We'll see if they can turn it around and change the narrative.
I believe we have Tampa on the clock at 59. Yep, so we're just waiting on Dwight the Knight. Parfait. Dwight is typing. Everyone get excited.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, and the typing's gone. I think he was watching the stream and heard we said he was typing and deleted it. Oh, here we go. Tampa Bay Barracuda at pick 59 select Leon Dusty, the user SnipeX91. San Francisco at pick 60 will pass, bringing us to the end of round 3. Are we just going right into round 4, or you want to wait?
Yeah, let's just go with that. Keep going.
Perfect. All right.
When the picks come in, and then the rest of it, you guys can talk about your expansions team or whatever.
Yeah, at 61, the Monarchs took Tyler Bodega, the user Deli. I love the Bodega Deli combination in the name of the username. I think that's pretty fun. 62, the Manhattan Rage are passing, breaking up. Edmonton also passes 63, but honestly, we're unsure if Edmonton has 63. It has been a nightmare of knowing who has what pick. So just bear with us and we'll see who has what.
Yeah, the pass pick definitely has a long legacy in that family. A lot of past players.
Past forfeit going one away also was just really good. I believe S24, there was also a Portland Admirals forfeit pick that was just a legendary selection as well. There's a card for that. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't seen the card.
It's pretty funny. Oh, Edmonton is on the clock.
What are your thoughts on the Edmonton franchise right now? Where do you think they're headed right now?
So they made some trades to bring some veteran talent in a playoff push to try to get the youth some playoff experience and know what it takes to win, which you can respect. I think Caleb's going to do an excellent job for that franchise. I think he's got a unique approach that's a lot different from other SHL GMs, and I think he'll do a wonderful job with the war room he has in place. You missed it, but we talked about how the first pick of the non-ace Winnipeg era was here. How do you feel about the job Stink's done on the draft so far, getting Zinni and Cowboy Casanova? Cowboy Casanova.
Yeah, I gotta commend the Winnipeg front office for being able to step up and really probably minimal amount of time with a maybe less of a runway than they had necessarily anticipated, and being largely self-sufficient and picking up some value here in the later rounds without a first round pick.
Yeah, we are just waiting on this team to either pick or say they're passing. So, bit of patience required there.
Well, Luke is in my DMs telling me that one of his players wanted a draft card, so he's gonna get one during that time.
Perfect.
So that's New England, 44th pick, Eric Sosa, which Luke did send me a render, but I don't know if that's what we had on the sheet. I'm not making new renders as we go. I don't even make the regular ones because I have no skills at all for that. So he's gonna get whatever we had in the list or whatever we use as placeholder, which is this guy, which is not what
That's Dougie Hamilton.
That's Doogie Howser.
Indeed.
like that.
Yeah, but there's your card. Like I said, if you got picked in the third round and want to see your card, you can put it in the YouTube chat or reach out. We do have a bit of time, but yeah, we're just waiting on the SHL GMs at this juncture. So just have some patience.
I'm starting to wonder what word was said. I think if Ace hadn't left, we would have heard savvy more often, but now I think it's juncture. So
Juncture, yeah, I do love the word.
No one's keeping score, but next time I might actually get a drinking game out of this. Drink every time Ace
I do like the word savvy.
Every time Ace says savvy or FO says juncture.
It's a savvy call there, Dirt.
This is not my first rodeo. I do hope it's gonna be the last, but I say that every time.
It won't be.
See you next week for the SMJHL draft.
I definitely cannot do that. I am going to be working.
Allegedly.
The SMJHL draft is what you're going to be working.
2 beers later.
If I manage to do the J draft from the box office of the ECHL team I work at, then it's going to be pretty impressive. I'm going to be proud of myself.
Right.
I'm going to lie.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
I was looking into a beer-related brand like Brewers from the MLB to bring that to the SHL, but I don't know. I just didn't think it would land quite as well as I wanted it to.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is
I'll tell you what, though, I'm looking forward to seeing the new expansion brands that are coming out outside of HIF's and mine. So if you don't know, we're already waiting on, well, I mean, we've already had the Madison Valkyries unveiled. And then we had my team, the Nashville Sound, officially unveiled. And now we are awaiting both Seven and Rashford's brand. So pretty excited to see what those will look like in the coming weeks. Jert, I mean, you're here. What are your thoughts on the brands that have been revealed so far? Please bully my brand.
Well, I'm gonna say that we did the Valkyries first with Jess in the now defunct ZCHL, which lasted for like 3 seasons, but was actually was a blast. I'm gonna say. But yeah, we did it first, and now HFFO is just stealing our idea. And what's worse, his doesn't even have nipples on the breastplate, which is terrible.
That is definitely much worse.
Ours did not end up with nipples on the breastplate, but the Fiverr artist we paid to make the logo at first did put them, which was weird. So yeah, and then the I Love Nashville. I think the sound is an interesting choice.
Yeah. So we do have pick number 63 officially done, and that's going to be a pass by the Edmonton Blizzard.
You guys don't want to see that. Wrong sheet. Now you get. I
pick
just
number
gave you a sneak peek. Everyone's still watching on how the sausage is made.
Yeah, sausage is made back there. And pick number 64 is also in. The Hamilton Steelhawks have selected Cole Slaw, username 2x2arc. And that is pick number 64 in the 4th round.
65 should be Toronto. As far as we're aware.
Allegedly.
And they picked already. Oh, well, that's fitting for a Toronto team.
It is fitting. Yeah, at 65th overall, the Toronto North Stars have select Mitch Matthews, username TDan04. Congratulations on being drafted to the Toronto North Stars, TDan. Next up, we have the Winnipeg Aurora at 66th overall.
Come on, Winnipeg. Execute order 66, please. Oh, I need to update the thing here.
And while we wait here for the next pick, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how much the dynamic will change for next season with 4 new teams being entered. Obviously, the official expansion rules have not yet been published publicly, but there's also going to be some interesting impact to the lottery and the draft situation for the next SHL entry draft. So I do have confirmation that was released at the SHL Tonight podcast that the SHL will be experiencing a lottery draft again. So there hasn't been a draft in the SHL for the last few, handful of seasons, if not more. So it'll be very intriguing to see the draft returning to the SHL. 66th overall is in. The Winnipeg Aurora has passed. And 67th overall is also in. And that is also going to be a past draft selection. So next up is going to be the Baltimore Platoon with pick number 68. And then after that, we have the coveted, illustrious 69th overall draft selection that I can only assume we're going to have a pick there.
If you have 69 and you don't pick or trade it, it's actually a fireable offense as far as I'm concerned. do have Baltimore here, so let me put them on the clock on the little window here, which doesn't really matter at this point, but you know, can still do things the right way.
We'll see if Wally can step away from the driving to make a draft pick.
Wally driving during the draft is an age-old tradition.
Tale as old as time.
Yep.
A song as old as rhyme.
I want to say I saw them in the. I think I saw them in the Baltimore voice chat earlier, and now there's no one in there, so who knows? Oh, there you go. There's the pick. It's Jonas Gray. F no respect. And Calgary at 69 is picking KJ Daniels. User XNG Ranger Phoenix.
I'm not familiar with the New Jersey Rangers.
It's a very interesting idea that I'm sure fans of both these teams love. Just fuse them. Contract the teams by fusing them together, and then everyone's happy and can hate, I guess, the Islanders together. And now Chicago is on the clock for their second pick of the draft. After picking Kimar Timonen in the third round. Last time they had a Timonen, he was great for Finland, not so great for the actual syndicate. But we love Juke.
We love Juke.
And they are taking Buggy Pirate with a Y. Well, two Y's. One in Buggy, one in Pirate. User AJ Bugs. Which will leave Texas on the clock. Oops, and now the board is gone. What did I do?
There goes the board.
Oh, here it is. And why is that? Oh, okay, like this. Okay. So Texas. Alright, do you guys think I should apply for HO now that it's open?
Oh yeah, I think that you're more than qualified.
I could make a comeback.
Bring it back. Now that you don't have to do any expansion voting, perfect.
Perfect time.
You can have fun with it.
Yeah, all the difficult decisions are already made for you.
Yeah.
So
You guys don't even have anything to do as a head office member anymore.
Texas has picked at 71. They are picking Lug Sky. User Lug Wolverine Hunts. And
What a username.
Yep. We haven't seen a lot of usernames that are 3 words and like split words, not like HFFO who has all the words mashed together. This guy or gal or other, I wouldn't assume, they have 3 separate words as their username, and that's interesting. And then the Forge is passing, which brings us to Los Angeles, I believe. which would be their first pick of this draft, if I am not mistaken. Never too late to start drafting.
It'll be intriguing to see if LA makes a pick here. Follow me for more riveting analysis.
And is Reno going to make that pick? I think Reno has started to co-GM for the Panthers. Is that what's happening? I need to get back into HO so I can.
Indeed, yeah.
Keep
Reno
up.
is the co-GM of the Panthers now. Now that Rashford has departed formally.
Oh, right. Because of the expansion.
I have returned. My apologies.
Welcome back, my friend.
Welcome back, my acquaintance.
Did you fall down the stairs too?
No, not quite. I'm not your daughter.
Jesus.
Not yet.
Aaron.
No, he says that because my daughter did do that. That's why I had to step away for a while.
Not that I hope his daughter falls down the stairs. It's just something that happened.
You guys heard Hiff. He wants my kids to fall down the stairs.
But yeah, we are. I think it's LA on the clock at this point. We were talking about, right?
Indeed. Yeah, we are waiting here to see what LA is going to do
Apparently,
with this draft selection at 73.
Apparently, Reno is trading. Nothing official yet, except that he said it.
Interesting formatting on this trade.
Do we think it's the same trade?
Wow, that's some details.
Yeah, we're getting mixed reports here from our insiders that are plugged in to the SHL front office. Seems to be some more discrepancies coming in.
Well, now it's complete. So,
There it is. Yep.
are we waiting for HO to confirm, or we just assume that's right?
Well, I mean, we might as well wait because the pick's not going to come until after anyway. So.
Oh, it's a later pick?
Oh,
No,
it's approved.
It has been
It's
approved.
right now picked. So LAP is going to pick. Chicago has traded for the 73rd overall pick from Los Angeles in exchange for their third rounder in season 84.
This will bring Chicago on the clock. The syndicate will be selecting.
The pick is in at 73rd overall. The syndicate have selected David O'Connor, username Matty7478.
Which is funny because he'll be joining another Matty and Matty J on the Chicago roster. So a team of Matties.
There are dozens of them.
Dozens. All right,
Dozens.
74 and 75 passes. Atlanta quick to slam their pick. They're taking Evil Jordan Humphrey, user GWD Johnson, Gabe, heading to Atlanta at 76.
Surprising.
Pretty rough pick here.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why you want to bring someone objectively evil. It's in their name into your locker room. That's just not the look. But no, Gabe's a great guy, and heading to Atlanta, they'll be excited to bring him in.
So New England is passing. I think we're up to New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't see a finished post for New Orleans, so New Orleans would be up next.
Personally, I've stopped pretending we know who's on the clock, and we'll just see who picks, and then know that's them.
Welcome to the SHL Draft, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter.
All right, can we get the Cowboy Casanova card, actually? From round 3, they headed to...
Of course.
Sorry, where is Cowboy Casanova? I remember seeing them. There, Winnipeg, pick 53.
Winnipeg at pick 53.
Yeah, they requested properly. They called upon the bald man in all caps.
That is how you summon Hiff.
Yep.
Every time holidays come around and his family wants to see him, that's how they get him in there.
Well, based from the render,
What a render!
I would have thought this was
no,
Chapel
exactly.
Roan, but apparently it's Cowboy Casanova. Or the whole strip has gone wrong, and then there's not much we can do at this point about it. I'll try to take a look to the render sheets.
Uh, 77 is in, by the way, and that's going to be another pass. Spectres are also going to be a pass.
And that'll bring us to the man who never passes, I think. Dwight, right? Yep, 79 is Tampa on our current list, so...
Cowboy Casanova does have Chapel Roan as their render.
Maybe it's from like a Chappelle Roan song, I don't know.
And then
Can you say
Google
your
it.
name
We
one
got
more
time.
time?
the player
Chappell
Chapel
Roan?
Roan also has
Is it Chapel?
Roan. It's Chapel Roan.
Cowboy Casanova
Chappelle
is-
Rowan?
It's Chapel Roan.
Cowboy Casanova is actually a song by Carrie Underwood.
Oh, we don't like her.
The more you know.
Yeah, if you watch any NFL games, you are very familiar with her.
So we had
Or if you've
two
participated in
players
Christmas
with
time.
Chapel Roan as their render.
Yeah, we do have multiple Chapel Roans.
We do have a draft pick coming in here momentarily,
Incredible.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Let's go Dwight.
There we
And
go.
there it is.
Tampa selecting George Donks, Donkse.
What's happening here?
These are Lance Alex Gugu. I'd love to know the the reason for the username, honestly. I wish he was here to... If you're here, you can explain it. That'd be great. But I think 80's a pass, and we're on 81 now, so Minnesota.
Minnesota!
Round 5, and we're still going.
Round 5. Fight.
Fight.
There's a lot of passes. Minnesota is passing 2 apparently here. Hamilton would be
81
passing.
through 84 is a pass.
Toronto on the clock then, 85.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We are alleging a lot of things right now. Let me update the ticker.
So in topical SHL news, what is your favorite chocolate bars?
Chocolate bar. I gotta say Milky Way.
I don't know what a Milky Way is. What's in a Milky Way?
Yeah, I don't think we have those up here.
So it's got creamy freedom and
Creamy Freedom, sure, yep.
It's got caramel.
yeah, so hold on. A Milky Way. What
Me,
what is it?
Say it.
Sorry, Era. What are you saying?
I was saying for me, it would probably be Galaxy, or there's this British tangerine one. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
Are
A
all your
tangerine
are
chocolate
all your
bar?
chocolates from the space or what?
Yeah, right.
No, it's just Europe mostly.
Next is
Milky
Mars
Way,
bar.
Galaxy. Next one's gonna say Mars bar.
Personally, I
Yeah,
like the Uranus myself.
Milky Way bar is made of nougat, topped with caramel and covered in milk
Oh,
chocolate.
those are the knockoff Mars bars, right? Yeah.
Speaking of space things, the North Stars are next up, and they have picked
At 85, they took. I'll
Gabriel's.
let you do this one. It's a French name. You
Yeah,
can go
it's
for it.
Gabriel Savoie sandwich. There were a few other French ones that you said earlier that made me cry. But
That's what I do. That's why I do this, honestly, to make Jared cry. I
That's
don't
why
need
I'm
the
here.
money. I just like the tears. 86 Los Angeles Select. They'll take Jose Brodeur. The user Lemore 7. Or is it Jose? Apologies.
well, if he's a brother like Martin Brodeur, it's José.
Well, I hope he's not, because that made me cry. Thinking about what could have been with Theodore.
Oh yeah,
Josie?
Yep, Josie Theodore. The Odor, as we called him.
it's José. José
I don't know
Theodore.
about
Is it Teodore?
It's Theodore.
It's Theodore.
Teodore. Is Italian.
He's not Spanish or Italian.
He could be. How do you know?
Because I've heard him talk in French, and he's
You could
Very
speak
French.
French and be Italian. That's
You've heard
that's great.
that individual user speaking French?
no. I was speaking about José Theodore, but I also know Lemors is French.
Fair enough.
What about Lemore 7? You know
Cause,
Lemors, but what about
'cause-
Lemore
'cause-
7?
Because Lemors actually means the walrus in French.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was an Fook.
No, that's a seal.
Oh yeah.
How do you say 7 in French?
Set.
There you go. You've got your new brand for one of the unnamed expansion teams.
Well, we think about it. Set is one of the things in Downset Hut football theme. Seven's from Ohio, Cleveland Browns confirmed.
With the brownie logo,
And
for sure.
Absolutely no leaps were made here.
No, we don't assume anything here. It's all sound logic.
Yeah, these are all factual based claims being made here on the draft stream.
Buffalo passed at 87. Baltimore is.
We
up
do
at
have a pick.
88. We have a pick.
And the Baltimore platoon will be taking Chubby Barista, the user Egregious.
They make me some of the best beverages at Starbucks here at town.
So I don't know if you know this, but we did actually the 21st overall picks. Actually, whoever took Sophie, I forget which pick that was. She is a barista at Starbucks, so you'll get lots of Starbucks-related content in your locker room when you take her. But the more you know. The Didney Frosby pick.
89 and 90 are going to be a pass.
So that'll bring us to 91 is Texas.
So that would mean Chicago is passing at 90.
That is correct.
Yep. Slicer did announce that here. Cool. And yep, Texas. As we are closing in on 3 hours of this draft for the GMs. We've been going on
Well, 2.5
2
currently.
hours and a half, yeah. I almost said 2 hours in a while, which is also true.
We'll be here a while more. It's like the song Alice's Restaurant. You know, we've been doing this for 2.5 hours. We can do it for 2.5 hours more.
We are getting some live reaction from the Winnipeg locker room on the Cow Butch Cowboy Casanova render. I am in tears. It's better than I expected, is the feedback.
So I don't know if this lore made it, but when it was being like Cowboy, the person whose render it is, Cowboy Casanova, the Cow Butch, she was trying to put Chappelle Roan's face on Lane Hudson in Photoshop, and it was the most terrifying thing ever. It was the server logo for a little bit. I don't know if we can get that picture up somewhere, but God, it was horrifying and
That's
beloved
hilarious.
at the same time.
We do have a pick in here. 91 is in. Texas has selected Send Noodles, username AW13.
Yeah, that is a selection. The user was picked.
Of all the picks, that's one of them for sure.
Yep.
92 is a pass. That leaves 93 with the LA Panthers.
Yeah, go for it.
LA Panthers have selected at 93 username Mr. or no, player name Mr. Username M Southworth. Please correct me if my pronunciation was incorrect on that one. If
I actually speak mystery, so that's actually exactly how it's pronounced.
excellent.
Yeah.
I'm glad I nailed it the first try.
Yeah. I'm fluent in Keskafuck.
So what is this design on the right-hand side of the screen? Is it like a topographical map? Like for the cards? For the player cards?
You have to ask. Is it either Seven or Rots did that?
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know what they were going for, to be honest. I think it looks cool.
All right, I can get if we want to put the Lane Hudson Chappelle Roan up, I'll put it in the Discord here.
Okay, yeah, send me a picture.
We'll get draft streams. There we go. It's there now.
94 through 98 is going to be a pass.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the appropriate response.
Let's see if I can get that into.
Oh no! No!
Yeah.
Oh, that's cursed.
There you have it. If I had to see it, all of you had to.
Graphic design is my passion.
If you're still tuned in, you're welcome for this.
That's what you get when you when you hang around for over 2 hours of draft stream. That's the kind of quality content you get.
99th is in. That is a pick by the Tampa Bay Barracuda. Player is Ben Svedson. Username Ben. Congratulations on being drafted, Ben.
I think the way it's in my sheet, the player is Ben and the user is Ben Svensson.
That's just kind of funnier, honestly.
Yep.
And confirm that's what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So we have a lot of passes. I think we have 4 teams picking still, which will be Toronto, Baltimore, Texas, and Tampa. So
I do have Jeffy saying he's never watching a draft stream again because of that picture. So mission accomplished.
Who was the artist on that one? Who's the brain
player.
trust?
The player made that. She's getting an art degree, and that was her. She was doing the Photoshop.
Excellent.
and
Bright future.
Who drafted? Oh,
Winnipeg. Winnipeg took her.
Well, Ace, you're missing out by leaving Winnipeg
right?
now. On all
Yeah,
of these wonderful arts.
Ample time, or the appropriate time to make a departure here. Pick number 100 and through 104 are all passes, as we have already illustrated on the dashboard here with the pick sheet. And then we have Toronto up at 105. The fact that we're still potentially making picks at 105 is really something to commend, I think, for the SHL recruitment team. So well done for them to find alternative channels to bring in new users and to have probably one of the best drafts we've had in a long time.
That's why we're getting 4 expansions.
Thank you, SHL recruitment team, for my job.
Oh.
Remember, HIF did not thank you. I did.
Yeah, I would not like to thank you, even though you let me expand and make a team, which I enjoy. But someone has to be rude.
Oh, we
Uh,
have a pick in.
oh, well, this is. I generally don't know why you take this person. Absolute bust. I'm baffled by the selection.
There's a
Bringing
good
this
reason why
person
they
to
fell
us.
so far, I think.
Yeah, honestly, like, if you're after, like, pick 104, if you're getting taken, pick 104 in S82. Just absolute garbage. It's Bartholomew Atacalio Lorquavius. These are JPC 8237. Just toxic and horrible. He's the Toronto GM, so he's taking himself at pick. I believe it was 105. He wrote 104. So again,
Yes.
just awful. Didn't even get his own number right. Classic J, honestly.
Yeah, you got to really question the other GMs on why they allowed this pick to slip so far. I mean, look at that bank account.
At 108, Baltimore is also going to be picking. It's going to be Luke Toussaint. That's a English first name and a French last name, so I'm very confused.
Luc Tonson.
Big Luke T heading to Baltimore.
And then a few other passes. And we're going to go to Texas at 111.
Oh, wait, there's more.
If there's a trade, I swear to God. Damn, buddy.
Oh, he drafted himself.
They're all
Oh, there
just
we go.
drafting
Thurston
themselves, right?
Bull drafted Captain Cooper. Unlike the last GM selected, this is a wonderful pick. Fantastic selection by Texas. True gem of a user.
Great user, for sure.
Texas have announced it that they are done. So did Toronto, which leaves
But
us.
what about Tampa Bay?
Which leaves us with two teams still picking: Tampa Bay and Baltimore.
119, Tampa Bay selects Oh Fuck a Lawyer, the player Jose Salcido.
Sure.
What a username.
It's a great username. This will bring us to pick 128. When someone's on the clock. Who do we think it is?
Baltimore.
The platoon selecting. Do you think that the American national anthem should have to play whenever Baltimore selects?
I don't think the American national anthem should play anytime. But
I think it should play before every draft selection.
I'd strongly disagree with that. But I think it fits. A couple brandings like Baltimore, and now the sound branding, perhaps.
It is pretty sound of us to make that decision.
Salcedo isn't even in the sheet. So maybe it's a player from last class that wasn't drafted? Or where does this guy come from?
He might just have 155 TP and just didn't make him a card.
There you go. Just gonna put that in manually because it's not on the sheet. And yep, 128 Baltimore. Still waiting on that pick.
Wally
Will our
driving.
gods say you're done?
How many players do? Oh no, you're not supposed to see
I posted
that.
Wally drinking. Damn.
Second time now, I show the back end of the sheet.
It's okay.
I
don't think anyone watching can still read, so we're probably safe.
I don't think anybody's still watching.
We have 34 viewers still.
They all fell asleep.
No,
Yes.
Zen's here. 01's talking. Captain Cooper's excited to get drafted. Marmalade's offering to drive the Zamboni for Baltimore if they select him.
There's still like
what?
something like 40 players listed in the sheet.
And I shit you not, DK is going to make sure they're all taken.
Sure. I mean, if Baltimore can pick or pass,
Godspeed on your budget there, DK.
They don't count
Baltimore
budget
is
season one, so we
picking.
say.
Oops.
Oh,
Wrong.
Aaron Fjord, the user AFord99, heading to Baltimore at 128.
It'll be interesting to see if they can afford that pick.
Wally and DK just playing chicken right now, I think.
Yeah.
And there goes 9 picks off the board, pass. And we're going to be back up at
We're just cycling
139.
Baltimore and Tampa at this point, right? Everyone else has passed. Do we hit 200 this draft, do you think? I think we're going to hit 200.
At this rate, we just might.
What? Oh, Baltimore is done.
Oh, well, don't worry. Tampa Bay is still selecting.
Well, if you haven't heard your name so far, just reach out to Dwight and assume you've been drafted.
They'll take at 139 Devin Luchard, the user Barney02 from the Yukon Malamutes. 140 to 158 will be a pass, bringing up nobody else besides the Tampa Bay Barracuda on the clock again.
According to the sheet here, there are still 49 players available from this class. Most of them under 100, under 200 TPE, but some over. And some aren't even goalies. So, actually, Tampa Bay's done. We can go to bed.
Unbelievable. That'll be all the
Excellent.
picks for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to the S82 SHL Entry Draft. It was a marathon. It was an ordeal. It was an adventure, and I'm glad we took it with all of you listening. I hope you all have a great night and enjoy your new SHL teams. And yeah, any final words from the rest of the cohort here?
If anyone wants
Y'all
to
take
learn
care.
how to stream a draft, we need someone to draft to stream the next one on Friday. What is it? 8 p.m. EST, I believe. So reach out to me. And
Yeah, congratulations to
set up.
everybody for being drafted. And next big SHL draft, it'll be even more fun with more teams involved.
Congrats, y'all. Have a good night, and see some of y'all. All right.